Has taken over as head of WWE Creative. Sooner than we expected. We thought this would happen after SummerSlam. Instead, it's happened now! In tonight's Raw! Has taken Hedrick, Ben Espinoza, Big Merc. What's up? It is a Monday afternoon, and I would have been live with this if I was home right away. Tonight is Monday Night Raw. Will we get a big address of this tonight? I don't know as we head towards SummerSlam. The WWE stock is up. I caught the mouse that's been in my car. Very strange that all things are aligning right now. We did not expect this to happen this early. We thought maybe 30 days, maybe after SummerSlam. Could it be that the TV-14 thing is coming as well, and that they wanted Triple H to be the one to announce it? This could address for all the fans some of the things that WWE has done wrong. They've really catered to the casual, catered to the mentally ill and the mentally incapable, but they have mostly ignored the internet fans, the real wrestling fans. They've mostly ignored the 500,000 to 1 million people who love great wrestling and exciting storytelling. That's debatable, but in my opinion, they were missing those things. They were missing the craziness of the Attitude Era, and they're missing the great characters of the past. None of the characters have been good, but in NXT, they were somewhat. They were. Triple H made them good. So if we could get the NXT type of characters in music. By the way, music is a big thing, and CFO is gone. So is Triple H going to beg and plead for the music to come back? Is he going to beg, please give me the money to spend to get everybody's themes the way they're supposed to be? Because that's a big thing too, man. That's a real big thing. It really is, and you've seen it. I've said this for years, it's a big thing, and look what happened. The minute that CFO was gone, it's done. We were amazed that NXT could get a group like CFO to show up and somehow continue the legacy of Jim Johnston by making spectacular themes for wrestlers, and the countless examples that we have, and the examples that we now have of wrestlers that don't really have good themes. Roman Reigns has a pretty good theme, but again, it still sounds kind of generic-y. We've talked about this for a long time. It's a big deal. So if you can harness the 1.5 million to million to 500,000, whatever the number is, I think it's about 1 million, we can tell. It's about 1 million potential watchers that will watch all your shows if they're like the best of AEW Dynamite, if they're like the best of NXT takeovers of the past, not the last couple of years or year. If you get that, then there are a million people that will definitively watch your product. And we know that there's about 1 million to 1.5 million dedicated casual fans. So right there, you have the ability to have 2.5 million people watching every show every week. There's no doubt about it. The possibility of that is there. 2.5 million people watching every week is there. And then AEW is now stuck at 1 million or under 1 million. So AEW is doing 900,000 viewers a week. You're doing 2.5 million. There is no question who the king is then. And then if you can increase your ratings for the first time, guys, if we ever see an increased rating or trend upward again, we haven't seen it. I think it's been 5 years since there's been a couple of weeks strung together of an increase. And it's been 10 years since we've really seen a real increase. So the WWE has basically trended downhill straight up for 10 years. So can we see that trend change as Triple H takes over? What's up, chat? I think the alert's gone out to everybody now that I'm live. So obviously I'm going to be live tonight after WWE Raw. I caught a mouse in my car. I'm feeling good. The only thing I'm scared about is that there's more mice. You know what I mean? What if there's more in the car? I don't know, because the trap only takes one. By the way, he was trying to claw out of the trap like crazy. It's crazy. I got to go release him somewhere. You know, I don't know where I'm going to release him. He'll probably get eaten immediately, so it's all for naught. But I can't kill him. I can't do it. No tree hugger, but I just can't do it. Triple H, the game.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Separate Ways by Journey, by the way.
I'll be honest,
one of the best songs ever.
Bite out of your face.
Malili Malabagnabata. Kamas Popo. Yes, Triple H. Triple H hired Joe Cronin as commentator and General Sunrose as creative. I'll flash briefcases in ladder match spooky gooky vinegar.
Oh my God. General Santos.
Shit bomb.
The Asian racist.
Triple H is head of creative when Raw is at Message tonight.
Right. And that's a huge thing because we really thought that Vince McMahon would be there. You know, they could have waited until tonight for Vince. And apparently what's happened is allegedly what happened is Vince McMahon wanted to leave tonight at Madison Square Garden. He wanted to leave at SummerSlam and then say goodbye after SummerSlam. Then he wanted to compromise and leave tonight at Madison Square Garden. But now it looks like what's happened is the group, the board, Stephanie, Nick Khan, other people said to Vince, no, Vince, we really got to do this now. It would really be better to put Triple H over in this situation right before SummerSlam. They wanted Triple H to take over in Madison Square Garden. You know, this is crazy. The day that we all wondered would it happen has happened. Now, CM Punk told us that Triple H was just an idiot. You know, that his idiot son-in-law would take over and whatever else. So there are a lot of people that love CM Punk to death, and then they also think Triple H is great. So that's kind of funny. I love Triple H myself because we saw the proof. We saw what Triple H did in NXT, man. You got to get CFO and the music guys back. You got to get them back, man. That's a once-in-a-lifetime group that's producing great music for wrestlers. Please get them back. That's the last thing. Kevin Dunn looks to be on his way out. He could be in trouble for insider trading, by the way. So Kevin Dunn could be in trouble, insider trading, and all kinds of other things. You get Dunn out of there. By the way, I am not disrespecting these people like other people are. I think that's bullshit. These people shot the Attitude Era. They shot the early 90s. They shot the mid-90s. They shot the 80s. I would not be here right now. None of us would be without these people. So to throw crap on their names and stuff like that, I don't give a damn. Aside from, molesting and torturing children, I have no, obviously that would be different. Killing people maybe and molesting them and, torturing people. Like, I don't know. We don't have any of those rumors yet, other than the Pat Patterson stuff from back in the day, which is questionable. These people gave us the memories that we're all here with. You know what I mean? I first saw WrestleMania 5, and I was addicted. Without Hulk Hogan, without Macho Man, without Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Vince McMahon, really. I've often said this. People said, Joe, who do you wish you could interview? Who do you wish you could talk to the most out of anybody? And my answer is always Vince McMahon. When I was a kid, I had several... When I was a young kid in the 1990, I'm talking about 1991 and 1990. When I was a kid, I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to be a commentator, or I wanted to be a journalist. I didn't know which one I wanted to be, but it was something like that. I was always making up shows where I was reporting or talking about things or doing commentary. And the commentator, it wasn't necessarily a local Red Sox or Boston Bruins or, sports announcer. It was Vince McMahon. I grew up wanting to announce wrestling like Vince McMahon. I loved the way Vince McMahon called wrestling. Later on, I would love JR and Jim Ross. But as a kid, as a 10-year-old, WrestleMania 10, I loved Vince McMahon's voice. I wanted to be that commentator. So, I'm not going to just bash these people as they leave. Thank goodness there's a change coming, because this has been stale for 10 years. 10 years of bullshit. Of stale crap. No one wanting to move. And now, finally, somebody has. I badly wanted to be on the radio when I heard people like Vince McMahon, Howard Stern, George Carlin, Dennis Leary, wrestling. I loved the wrestling product. All those type of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to bash these people. Kevin Dunn did a great job of production. In the 90s. And even the early 2000s, but at some point, you know what I mean, it became overproduced garbage. It really did. It became too produced, way overproduced. The look was ridiculous, and it was boring to look at. And less is more in wrestling. When you have a camera that looks like it's live and bumbling around and trying to get places, and it's not the greatest shot and it seems real, that's better. But when you're trying to overproduce something, it looks fake. I am worried, though. I'm not 100% like this is going to be great. I don't know what's going to happen here. I just know that Triple H gave us a great time in 2012, 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 17. And maybe 18, but after that, I would say 2018 was probably the last really, really good year for NXT. Maybe 19, But right around when the pandemic started, NXT started going bye-bye. Actually, it's really because of AEW. I mean, let's be honest. AEW took out NXT because NXT relied on that entrance and that debut of the new wrestler and the new person showing up. And the good thing about that, though, is, you can have a new person show up every week, but if you don't have a package idea for them and a great song and a great launching pad, you got really about nothing after about 2 weeks. And I thought Triple H was a master at debuting somebody with a huge song, a huge impact, a clear-cut story that they're about to get into. And I think Tony Khan in AEW, he has more to balance, but he's like 1 out of 4. Sometimes he debuts someone really good, and then there'll be 3 other guys that suck for a while. Like Miro. Miro debuted terribly. He debuted and it looked exciting, but then the next couple of weeks you're like, well, this sucks. And then it was like, what are they doing with him? And then after 8 weeks, and then eventually, though, he figured it out. But if Triple H was debuting Miro, he wouldn't have debuted as whatever, and then we don't know, and then it's bad, and then eventually got worked out. Just like Keith Lee. Keith Lee debuted and was like dog shit. And now he's finally something kind of because he has titles, I guess, but not really. Where Triple H would have had a clear-cut roadmap for these people. You have this type of song, it's going to be this type of way, and let's go. Now, some people Tony Khan does do that with, though. He has a clear-cut path for them, but not every time. But, that's the thing that Triple H, I think, did really well, man. He had a plan for everybody, And now he had a smaller group of people, so he could take his time to do that. It wasn't as big. AEW is harder to balance. But now it's going to be, WWE is going to be a lot harder to balance because Triple H already taking over as head of creative. Let's go to your donations, man. If you guys want to support the show, I'm rushing home in the middle of my day, so I appreciate you guys donating, making it worth it for me to spend my lunch break basically doing more work or having, I'm having fun, but I mean, you know what I mean? I appreciate that, man, that you guys show the love for that. As I split my day, doing this and doing that. What up to everybody in the chat? Super Shredder versus Tony Khan at WrestleMania, Fat Cheeks. That could happen, man. That could happen. We'll see what happens. Shit bum.
I have full faith in Triple H. So many things need to happen. Tony Khan better step up because the competition is about to pick up. Roman is losing soon.
Alex Oli, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. I agree. The competition looks like it is about to pick up for Tony Khan. He's in trouble. This is different, which is weird because you would think that Tony Khan would be in trouble with Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon has basically been mostly asleep at the wheel the last couple of years. So now competition may pick up, but let me play devil's advocate. First of all, I do want to state, I love Vince McMahon. I don't love Vince McMahon of the last 10 years. I love Triple H, and I do love Tony Khan. I like all three of these people. But let's make no mistake about it. Tony Khan ended NXT. Okay? So Tony Khan, guys, the fact of the matter is, I love Triple H. He's my guy, even though he didn't hire me on commentary. Right? We're talking about a guy who picked Vic Joseph over me. Okay? And I know what you're saying. Joe, it wasn't Triple H that did that. It was somebody else down at NXT who chose Vic Joseph over Joe Cronin. But he was there. He could have said something. He could have said, that's a mistake. Let's take them both. He could have said whatever he could have said. So, listen, it is what it is. They hired the Nosferatu, Vic Joseph, instead of me. But the fact of the matter is, even though I love Triple H, even though he didn't hire me, I love Triple H. I know he's damn good. But here's the thing. Tony Khan is 1-0 against him. Triple H kicked ass in NXT. When there was no AEW, NXT was the best wrestling promotion around, in my opinion. Now, again, devil's advocate, WWE had more views. They were the bigger company no matter what. But as far as I go, as far as you guys go, and as the wrestling community, that knows what's up, we all believed NXT was the best produced wrestling show going. For the periods of 2014 or so to 2019, it was the best wrestling show in the world, as far as we're concerned. Right? Make no mistake about that. But then Tony Khan launched AEW, and they essentially put NXT out of business. So, let's be honest. Tony Khan is 1-0 against Triple H. Triple H is a winner. He won for 6 years in NXT. But Tony Khan put him out of business. So now Triple H is going to take over WWE as head of creative. If WWE doesn't continue or grow or absolutely blow AEW out of the water or just beat it, that's the worry, right? What if, what Tony Khan wins again? But right now, Tony Khan isn't winning against the main roster of WWE. And if Triple H is taking over, what does that mean for NXT? Will NXT get a little better? Or will this be too much for Triple H to have to manage all at once? You know what I mean? Will Triple H attempt to manage all this? And remember, he has a heart issue, too. So it's like, can this man really handle all this burden? But he's got good guys in place like HBK. I don't know if there's something up that the Road Dogg can't do or isn't good at, or there's a worry about the Road Dogg. I would hire Road Dogg. I would hire his brother back. I would hire Jeff Jarrett. I'd hire Jim Cornette. And I would put them all in charge of NXT. And I would say, I'm going to make it clear to you guys, the goal is I want you to beat AEW. I want you to beat AEW. I'm going to beat AEW on Raw and SmackDown. Even if I just jerk around, I'm going to beat them. But it's going to take a serious effort for NXT to beat AEW. I want you guys to beat that product so none of our products are losing the ratings to that company. That's what they should do. And you make NXT amazing like that, you're good to go. Because NXT is doing about 500,000 viewers. AEW is doing 900,000 viewers, and Rampage is doing bad numbers as well. You know what I mean? So I don't know who that is. Could be the doctor, could be whoever, but we'll just put him on mute. It could be anybody. But the fact of the matter is, I would want every single company to beat AEW if I was Triple H. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Oh, Double J is on creative now, says DWELSH. My bad. That's right. That's true. He is there. Appreciate that. Shit bum. Shit bum.
Is Triple H gonna be cool with Cody now he's in charge?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think they'd have to run that by the board or whatever. Alex Oli, thank you for the $2. Here's the thing. While it would be fun and exciting and interesting, right, for AEW to work with WWE, and I think that would be a fun sort of thing for everybody, and that could be something where it's like, hey, dude, let's save wrestling. Forget about your company, our company, and whoever else. You know, we need to save wrestling. Like, so let's think about wrestling overall. This will be a good show. While I agree that could be a good idea, you still have to remember this. This other company is not known by a lot of WWE people, right? A lot of WWE fans don't care to check out AEW. They don't give a crap, right? They don't want to look over there. They don't want to see it. They don't care. But if you tell them about it enough, they might go check it out. That's not good for you because you're giving somebody an alternative for no reason. Do you know what I'm saying? It leads to some people leaving and some people deciding they like the other company better than you. This happens on YouTube all the time. I used to tell people I used to work with, like, don't promote too many people's other channels because they'll eventually turn on you and then you'll lose your audience slowly here or there. Do you know what I mean? It works that way. So you don't want to just go advertising another company every 2 seconds because it's, in the end, they'll beat you and they'll destroy you and you'll be out of a job and they don't care. So they don't care. That's what people are like. That's what businesses are like. I have former friends that I used to work with that they would love to see me starve. You know, they would love to see me. Then they've already proven that they'd love to see me starve. They'd love to see my kids, you know, and me on the street. You know, they'll copy every idea. They'll do every little thing. They'll take every little shot. They'll go behind the scenes and tell people things about me. Like, I mean, there are crazy amounts of dirtiness out there because all for money, all for company and money. Wrestling companies are like this. So let's say WWE says, let's work with AEW. Let's work with AEW. Yay, let's work with AEW. They bring the AEW people in for like 4 weeks, and they do a program with WWE versus AEW, and it's this big thing, and war, and But then a lot of the wrestling fans in WWE start to go, you know, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to look at that. And then over the next couple of months, the relationship is over. And let's say AEW now has 1.2 million viewers. AEW used to average 900,000, but now they have 1.2 million viewers. And now AEW starts saying, WWE sucks, and you guys all know it. This is the real place for wrestling. And then AEW starts, you know, doing things like WWE. And the next thing you know, AEW is crapping on WWE. Some of the new people who are bored of WWE are now being excited by the fact that they're attacking WWE, and that's exciting. And then they love AEW, and then they jump on board. And the next thing you know, you just gave them 300,000 viewers over the course of a couple of 4 or 5 weeks for no real reason. And now people are saying things like, "Wow, I never thought I would love this more than WWE." Why? So why would you do that? Why would you put over AEW when most of the fans in WWE don't care? So you just advertise WWE. You know what I mean? You just advertise AEW to your audience. That is ridiculous unless they're paying you big money to do it, right? Unless they are paying you money to work with you, or you are, you know, they're somehow benefiting you. It makes no sense to just benefit AEW. Do you know what I mean? You want to just benefit AEW? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. No point in working together, says Pocket Aces. Exactly. There's no benefit for WWE. Hell, we've talked about it. There's not even really a benefit in WWE doing anything with UFC. I don't think they understand that. There's almost no point in working with UFC. Signing a UFC fighter doesn't do much because the UFC fans think the WWE is words I can't say on YouTube that much without losing monetization. UFC fans call fans of wrestling the F word, right? I don't want to get demonetized here today on this episode. UFC fans call you all F words. Now, if you're a fan of UFC and WWE, that's fine because you've probably already been one, but you're not coming from the UFC group saying like, oh, let me check out the wrestling show. No. But however, wrestling fans are tuning in to UFC. Right? Absolutely. It's happened a million times over. That's what UFC does. They benefit from WWE. It's rare that they go the other way. And I've been saying this for years, and it's true. And we are getting ready for Ric Flair's last match, everybody.
There's 9,000 people that are going to stand up and say, fuck Ric Flair.
So, maybe we need to make some kind of a chart, here. Like, where's, like, the Mortal Kombat chart or whatever? Triple H, Stephanie, I don't know. Where's the chart here? We got Triple H. Oh, we'll make it in a minute here. I'll make my chart. It'll take a little bit to do it. Fuck it. Let me just go back to the donations for now. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? Is tonight going to begin with Triple H coming out there? And, this does help Triple H in some ways, too, because we know that really he can't wrestle anymore with his the pacemaker situation. He doesn't want to do that. But we'll see what happens tonight.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
WWE stock up 7.7% on the day. I'm glad I snagged shares when the pandemic hit. Now the question remains, will Tony Khan break in the pressure of running Raw and AEW? Or will he admit he needs creative support to delegate responsibilities to booking?
Yeah, Tony Khan is literally got to figure something out there, Goon.
Afternoon, Joe. The top guy Welsh is here.
Top guy Welsh is here, everybody. What up, DWELSH? How you doing, bro? DWELSH, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. Shout out to DWELSH and The Goon. The Goon. Big time support from the OG Goon, bro. Thank you, Goon. Hey, Goon. Goon, I hope you're still watching. Hey, Goon, remember when you asked me to bring back and do those things? Do you believe me now that I tried? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Thank you for the donation, Goon. I know, Goon. You tried, though, bro. You tried. You know what I mean? I tried. I told you. Told you for years. I tried. I wasn't lying. But hopefully you believe me now, that I did try to do as you suggested. But it didn't work out. But hey, I tried. The Goon. And yeah, the stock is doing well today. It's still up 5%. It did dip down a little bit below where it was earlier today at 11. Lunchtime, everybody dumped. And it probably go down a little bit, but stay pretty solid here. This is about as we expected it would. We expected it would rise up temporarily and then drop back down a little bit, but continue to sort of rise slowly. And so we are seeing the WWE stock trend upwards, and this was expected. We talked about this last night. So it ended up going up. as we basically thought it would. And but we weren't sure, so we were really excited to see the stock this morning. Would it go up or down, or what would happen? So we really were excited to see what happened, and it did make a move. And we also thought Triple H was gonna take over potentially, but we were worried it was gonna be Bruce Pritchard for another 30 days, or who knows how long, and that Vince would still be in some kind of control. And that has been completely just thrown out the window within a day. Within a day, it was thrown out the window. And we're back to this. By the way, if you guys are brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, man. And if you haven't hit the bell yet, hit the bell. Or Stephanie McMahon's fetus will no longer be viable. I don't know why I said that. That's terrible. I'm just joking. I love Stephanie. Triple H, obviously being from Massachusetts, man. Everybody here loves guys like Triple H. You know, he's a Northeast guy. Killer Kowalski school. You know, I got trained by Killer Kowalski before he died, by Walter. And so many people have been. Triple H and so many other people as well. You know, that wrestling school is huge. These people are I grew up in New Hampshire as well. You know, the New England vibe off these guys, they're Patriots fans, so that makes me sexy, you know what I mean? I love it. I love the connection to the community. I love the feeling. Of Triple H and Stephanie and their enthusiasm, their professionalism, but their creativity and their boldness. You know, they have that hunger still that Vince McMahon used to have, and he still does have it here or there, but they've got a hunger, you know, that is a little more youthful. I mean, and honestly, they're getting up there. You know, Triple H and Stephanie are 40s now. You know, it's they got to get going because, you know, they've got 10 to 15 years left probably before they want to just take it easy. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you? It's hard. You're in the prime right now of your professional career in charge of this company, but you've still got kids. You know, it's a big sacrifice still to think about that. And to know that someday, you know, you could end up being retired from all this in 10 to 15 years, 5, 10, 15 years, or that you could all go away in a second. You know, and knowing that, okay, well, now we're retired and we can lay on a beach somewhere, but, you know, our kids are in the prime of their career somewhere, you know, and you feel like you missed your children's lives, you know, or their childhood. You missed it. But, you know, to play devil's advocate on that, for anybody wondering that out there, for any parents out there thinking that, you know, it's too bad you had to work so hard and miss a lot of your kids' childhood. That is true. It sucks. You know, it really does. I know that I miss mine all the time, and I'm sad about it. You know, working the 3 jobs that I work now, it's like I miss them a lot. But the one thing the one thing you work for is that eventually, when your kids get to the point that they're in their career and they don't have a lot of time, you want to be there to help them with their kids now. The whole world is different. It used to be that you wanted to be there just for your kids, but now you got to be there for your kids' kids, because your kids will be so busy working that they'll need someone to help them. And so you can be there for your grandchildren and for your kids. So you can say, hey, you only got a day off of work this month? I'll be over to see you. And they're like, oh, thank God, you know, because if you were working at 68 years old or 70 years old, well, your kids aren't going to get to see you because they're working at 30 years old and they're crazy at work. So that's the way the world is going right now, and that you have to plan for. And it used to be maybe just the way of wrestling or some certain athletes and things like that, but it's the way of everything now, it feels like. So, you know, at least there's that silver lining in it. But yeah, everybody is like that. It's such a crazy time to have to work. Thank you. Everybody's going through crazy shit right now too. The Goon, thank you. DWELSH, thank you. Let's go back to the donations because I need gas money. Shit bum.
Bring back CFOS or Jim Johnston because these current themes are so trash and sound generic. Also
Exactly.
bring back PPV stages. All hail Terra Rising.
I think Triple H should bring back Terrorizing, like as a new character, like somebody else is playing him. Kermac, yo, Kayfabe Kermac, you are a long-time guy, man. Thank you for being here.
Kayfabe Kermac is a shit bum.
You're a shit bum, brother. Do you realize that? Thank you, Kayfabe Kermac, for becoming a shit bum. Much appreciated. Guys, if you can do me a big favor, if you can't donate, do me a favor and stick that thumb directly up my ass, would you? Click that like button if you guys can down below. I'll try to keep it a little PG-ish, a little bit, for the people in the afternoon, maybe picking up kids and stuff. I'm trying to be nice. Thank you, Kayfabe Kermac. Click that like button, jam it up there. And there's more stuff coming out for this, and then tonight's Raw is going to be nuts. Whoa. You look hot to me. You going to Dunkin' Donuts? Damn it. I made coffee for myself. But I'd take a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'd take donuts, actually. Wait. You okay? You look tired. Leah's looking at me. Oh, yeah. Well, I woke up in pee.
So did I.
Really?
Yeah, because you didn't tell me it was there, and I woke up, and I'm like, I got up to go pee.
Well, it was like 5 in the morning.
And I get back into bed, and I'm like, what feels wet?
Well, it was like 6 or 7 in the morning, and I woke up with the kid wrapped around me with pee all over me. And I was like, ugh! And so I got out of bed and walked downstairs and went back to bed. Because I wasn't going to wake you up. I was like, just what? It's nothing you can do right now. I'm just going to bed. What's up, chat? Digging dog nuts? All right. Yeah, just get a couple of donuts or a mix or whatever you want. Get a whole thing. I don't care. Kermac just donated $5 twice, so that's $10. Kermac just paid for donuts. Yeah, get them food if they want food. Just I mean, look, you guys paid for our lunch. The mouse is on the porch. If you want to get it to release it. What? I feel bad for I don't like her. He's like stuck in a. Oh, there's plastic shards everywhere because he tried to scrape to get out. It looks like. All right. Anyway, back to the show. Sorry, guys. My wife is going to get food. What? What? Yeah, I will. I'll let him go when I'm done. What's up, chat? All right, sorry, I'm back. The kids haven't eaten lunch yet, so like everybody's getting hungry. So Leah's going out to get lunch. It's a Dunkin' Donuts lunch today, you know. I caught the mouse in the car with a humane trap, so he's alive. I just can't I can't do it, man. He's probably going to die anyway, and it's probably a fetal, stupid thing, you know, a futile thing. You know, let me say, like, save the mouse or whatever. But I don't know, I just can't do it. I can't kill the mouse. You know, and there are the traps where it's like you can hit the button and then, you know, you don't see it be killed and that sort of thing. But I think that's a cowardice thing. You know, oh, I can't see it, so whatever, and then the mouse gets killed. It's like, dude, I can't do that because to me, that's a cowardice thing. You know, like, oh, so I didn't see it, so, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't like killing it, so to pretend that, you know, to pretend that I didn't kill it or something like that, that's just fucking hilarious, you know? So I'm just gonna, I put it in a humane trap. But I got to release it far away or it's just going to come back. But it was stuck in the car. I have an opinion that it was stuck in the car. I think it was actually trapped in the car and couldn't get out. Now, if I'm putting another couple of traps in the car tonight, if I catch more mice, now there's a problem. Now they're either coming in to get the food or they're living somewhere in the car and there's a problem. That's a problem. And I'm kind of freaked out about that. I hope that does not happen. I hope I put some traps in the car for the next couple of days and I catch nothing. And I hope it was just that one. And then that tells me that it got in somehow and it couldn't get out. That makes sense. And I will feel 1,000 times better then if that's the case. Like, I very concerned that there would be more, though. So hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. So we'll hope that is that's the situation. Let me go back to the donations real quick. Ric Flair, tell us about your last match, Ric Flair.
There's 9,000 people that are going to stand up and say, fuck, Ric Flair.
It's mice. It's not a rat. It's a mouse. It's a tiny mouse, dude. It's a tiny baby field mouse. And yeah, I kept finding crap in the car. I kept vacuuming it up and washing the car, and I found it again. And I'm like, dude, there's something in here, and I couldn't find it. And I bought humane traps, and I got them. So let's go. Let's go back to the donations. My bad. I'm sorry. We have some breaking news about Triple H, and we have some breaking news about Monday Night Raw tonight. I will be live tonight with Monday Night Raw. Jeffrey Jones, thank you for subbing to the channel again, man. Welcome back. I know you had some other channel or something. I don't know. But I appreciate it either way, man. We're up at 71,225 subscribers. We've had so many subscribers over the last couple of days, man. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for retiring Vince McMahon. And thank you guys for hitting the like button. Let's go back to your thoughts, your donations, and comments. And I'll see what you guys have to say before I get back to the next thing.
You raised a piece of shit.
R.I.P. Paul Sorvino.
Rest in peace, Paul Sorvino. Okay. Is that true? Oh. Wow, he died 34 minutes ago. I mean, well, it was announced 34 minutes ago. Man, he was on Star Trek, Star Trek The Next Generation. And Goodfellas. Man, all the mob people are dead. Wow. He was 83 years old. Wow, rest in peace, Paul Sorvino. Yeah. He was in a lot of things over the years that, you recognized him in. That's too bad, man. Yeah, well, I mean, he made it to 83. That's cool. I like it when people make it to 90 or 100 and they're in good health, pretty much. That's always be nice. That'd be a perfect world. Everybody makes it to 100 and they die within like a week without suffering. That's a perfect that doesn't really happen like that, but yeah, man, rest in peace to him. I remember him in Star Trek. Wow. Damn, all the mob guys are dying. He wasn't in Sopranos though. That cast is dropping like flies.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so
Will
sick
Tactics.
of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Let's be honest, Joe. NXT fell off when it left the network and went to cable. Why are we paying $10 a month to watch NXT, then they move it to cable? That's when I stopped watching it.
Well, because they panicked over AEW. They would have never done that without AEW. That's why I say that AEW put them out of...
You raised a piece of shit.
AEW won.
Paul Heyman and HBK doing NXT.
Paul Heyman and HBK doing NXT. If that's true, that's great. I think that's a great idea. Now, there might be some fights there. I could totally see, Shawn Michaels and Paul Heyman are going to have some battles, dude. I feel like they do get along, but they also don't get along sometimes. Man, there's going to be some battles, I think. They need a third guy over there for that, I think, because I think Shawn Michaels is very proud and whatever, and I think obviously Paul Heyman is pretty determined as well. And I think both guys are great, and they will work together well. But man, they might need Road Dogg. I think Road Dogg is a great guy to be a middleman to say, listen, Shawn, man, like and Paul, I think put Road Dogg down there, and tell Road Dogg, hey, your job is to sort of like, I don't know, that we'll see. That's gonna be great. We have some news on tonight's Monday Night Raw, by the way. We're gonna get to that in a second. This is very interesting, though. There is so much they could do with so many things at this point. It's kind of unbelievable. Like, there's so much to get to here, and I'm glad there is because I can't wait to get to it. Plus, tonight, Raw, what's going to happen, or will it be same old thing? Are they going to run the same deal? I would think that they would make small tweaks here or there to try to make the show a little bit better tonight as they lead into SummerSlam. I would think that that's what they would do. But maybe not. Could be wrong.
Shit bomb.
Thanks for joining us on your lunch break.
Do you think he was on Karai's control?
Do you think AEW is on cruise control? No, I don't think that they're on cruise control over there yet. I think AEW is still doing things that are fun and kind of interesting. But, I wish they could be they have been better in the past. So, but they're still putting together a fun show that I have fun talking about every week for the most part. So, yeah, I'm not off the AEW bandwagon whatsoever. WWE, listen to me on this. WWE, I don't think WWE Raw has ever beaten one of my AEW reviews. If you went back and you scored every review I did for AEW and every review I did for WWE over the past 3 years, I doubt that you would find one time where I gave Raw a higher score than AEW. I don't remember it. It could have happened once, twice. I don't think it happened, though. I think the answer is 0. So AEW has beaten Raw and I think SmackDown as far as Joe Cronin's ratings go for the last 3 years. Nothing has happened yet to change that. What will happen tonight on Raw? That's a big question. And if it doesn't happen, nothing crazy happens yet, I understand that because they're still they're in autopilot to SummerSlam probably. Unless something's going to happen that I don't know about. Now, if I was Triple H, I would announce that he's all about opportunity, about changing the landscape. I'm not about giving people chances over and over again because I like them, like somebody else. I'm about wins and losses and what the crowd says and thinks. And you're going to have to scrap your way when, as far as this company goes with me and my wife and everybody else in charge of this deal. And that's why tonight I'm announcing that to kick off SummerSlam is the first ever Super Slam Battle Royal, whatever. And he just announces these things, and it would create a little bit of excitement. You know what I mean? And then he could say that the winner of the Battle Royal not only will win $50,000, but they will also win a championship opportunity that Monday night on Raw, and something else. Whatever you want to call it. Come up with something. An Intercontinental Championship title match. After SummerSlam, come Monday Night Raw or come SmackDown on Friday nights, whatever, I don't even remember who it is that has the belt, we will be having a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. The winner of the Battle Royal at SummerSlam will win $50,000, and they will get a Intercontinental Championship ladder match that following show, SmackDown or Raw. Things like that to build, to announce, to hype, to put belts back in the forefront the way they're supposed to be. Just start with that. That's all you got to do. Just start there. That's something you can do to start things off. Before you begin to think of elaborate storylines or character developments or whatever else is coming, that's a way to start it. Wrestle Talk does suck. I agree.
Shit bum.
Imagine Vince interferes in Flair's last match. Rick locks in the figure 4. No chance in hell starts playing. Vince grabs the mic. Yeah, pal. Get scared.
Dude, that would be so good, Colonel Stutters. Can you imagine? No chance. You told me you were going to give me your last match ever, and you lied, Rick. Woo! That's the last thing that Vince says as he slams the mic down. Woo! If that doesn't work, right-click on the little sound button on the bottom and make sure the speakers and the mic are set to the right things. Sorry, my daughter had a question for me. Gunther married Jenny. Broken Folk Fabrication. Hey, I want to thank everybody who signed up on Patreon, too. Thanks to Maddie Moore, who became a $5 patron. We are at the most patrons we've had in 6 months now on Patreon, so thank you guys for increasing that. 191. patrons right now. Thank you guys for joining. Some of you guys joined because of Final Frontier News with me and Dave. Some of you guys joined for other reasons. You told me. I reached out to everybody to find out why. But a lot of you guys said you really wanted Final Frontier News back. If you really do, you should go become a patron, man, because, you know, we didn't get too many new patrons. We got about 11 new patrons since Final Frontier came out. But I thought there was 100 people out there that wanted that show back. Mike Torian became a $25 producer. Mike, thank you for producing this show and the $25 spot. Vincent, Irate, Broken Lion.
Broken Lion.
Thank you as well. Let's go back to the donos.
You raised a piece of shit.
Hey Joe, what's up?
Hey there. Nothing much, man. More. Thank you for the $5, man. Having a good time, man. But yeah, I hope to get more people back on Patreon. Please jump on there. We could get to 200 again. That'd be kind of cool. Cody Guada says, start the nixing the brand split. Bring back the big gold.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Not a big fan of big gold, but
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
All I see is that I'm shadow banned. It's okay. I won't burn any diner food around here.
You got it, Goon. Hey, Goon, thank you, man. Well, Goon, no, man. Listen, I did what you had asked. You know, for the last year and a half, I've reached out to everybody and everything, and Joe does what's best for business usually. But only one person did want to join me, and that was the devious one. So he did want to join. So shout out to that. But everybody else said no thanks, Goon. So you're gonna have to, sorry, brother. I tried though for you. You know what I mean? It's not up to me, though. Or, that ship has sailed, brother. But appreciate you reaching out and trying to get that going. But, hey, man, you can only do what you can do, you know? Tony Khan's probably going to take a shot at Triple H. You think so? Yeah, bring back the old Winged Eagle belt. That's what I agree. I'm sure Sasha and Naomi are going to come back because at this point, Stephanie McMahon is going to go to Sasha and Naomi, and she's going to tell them how important they are to her, and she's going to say, what do you guys see? What is it you want to do that's going to make you happy? Like, write down, tell me what it's going to be. Is it that you want to be champion for 10 years? Is it that you want to be champions for longer? Is it that you want to be on top of the world? What is it? Because realistically, it's wrestling, and why do you just want to be the champion forever? What is the real problem? Because I can't promise that you won't be mad at me when I take a belt off you or I do something. What is it that's going to make you not upset anymore in this company? And then if they tell you and you think that that's equitable, and you can promise them that, then you'll have Naomi, for sure Naomi. I know Naomi will come back. And probably Sasha come back. So that's what you're going to see. Bring back the old world WWF Winged Eagle belt. Make it a little bigger, but bring it back. And I would bring back Big Gold, but on Big Gold, I would put a big WWE logo, so that it was clearly a new title, but with the old title inspiration. Do you remember when they spray painted NWO over the WCW belt? It would be the WCW belt, but with the WWE insignia. Like over it in like a shadowed way or something. So that way it gives it its own brand look, but it's still the old belt. That's what I want to see. Bring back the Winged Eagle belt. And I would call the WCW belt, I would call it something different. I wouldn't call it a world title. I'd call it the WWE TV World Championship or the TV Championship. I would get rid of the United States title, and I would only have the Intercontinental belt, and I'd bring back the old Intercontinental belt look. And I'd get rid of the United States title, or I'd put the United States title in NXT. So NXT would have the NXT title, the North American title, and then the women's stuff and the tag belts. There you go. I would have one tag team champion, and I would have one women's champion, world champion, and I would have one mid-card women's champion. I would set the belts and grade them, make a clear difference between them all, and make that a thing. We're giving the mid-card title to the woman we think are the up-and-coming stars or the people that could be stars potentially, and putting them in charge of this mid-card women's championship. And I would have a world women's title that was clearly the top woman in the company's title. So it makes sense. Again, I would probably have the WCW world title, which we would call the TV championship or whatever you want to call it. I would probably make that be the third most important belt in the company. I would make the Intercontinental Championship once again the second most important belt, and I'd make the Winged Eagle world title the number one championship in the company. It's that simple. Give or take a few of those things a little bit, switch them around maybe a little bit, but for the most part, that's my outline of what I would do if I was Triple H. And what he could do. Shit bum.
Tonight's Rey Mysterio's 20-year celebration 619.
Well, he's probably going to get attacked then tonight. Alex Oli, thank you for the $2 super chat party. Thank you, bro. We got more donos coming in. We actually got a lot, man. Thank you guys so much for the donations, dude. Holy crap. And we have really great viewership again today. You know, these last couple of weeks, you know, we've had over 400 people for almost every stream. That's more than my Raw reviews. My Raw reviews used to have 1,000 viewers every stream. Someday I have faith that we'll get back to 1,000 live viewers every single stream. We'll see if we can do it. I believe in it. But thank you guys seriously for funding me today. This is crazy. This is a lot of donuts.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
There we go.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
You know it.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Thank God they put Triple H in charge. Imagine if they put some monkey like Booker T in charge. What example would that set for the blacks? We are up here and they are down there.
You are a
Am
scumbag.
I right, Joe Cronin?
You're a sick...
AJ Adams wet back up a
You're a
sack
sick
of Maggotty
person.
chocolate chip.
Go fuck yourself, you sicko. You idiot. I love Booker T. Yeah, I'm the champion, Booker. Booker T would be great. Can you imagine Booker T as like a GM? Dude, I'd rather have Booker T as a GM, wouldn't you? Listen, no offense. I like Adam Pearce, and I would keep Adam Pearce too. But don't you think Booker T would be a pretty decent like guy to be a GM or somebody? Let me tell you something, man. You're going to face Kurt Angle tonight. Go out there and tear the house down. And they're like, but Booker, man, I don't get out of my office, scum-sucking motherfucker. Like, that'd be great. No, I love Booker T, man. I really do. Booker T has done a great job with reality of wrestling. Booker T has had some great talent that he's helped produce, helped spotlight, and such and such and so and so. I love Booker T. I would put Booker T in some kind of a position in WWE. Hell, if I might put Booker T as the third man on commentary. If I was Triple H, I would hire me as the commentator for Raw, Joe Cronin, commentator of Raw. Whether I'm a heel, I'd do the Bobby the Brain Heenan better than anybody in the company. So I'd do the heel Heenan, or I'd do the straight up sports play-by-play, whatever you want. Either way, I'm putting me on commentary. And then I'm putting somebody else who's good, you know, as the second guy, like Pat McAfee or somebody. Then I'm putting Booker T as the third man in, you know? Oh, my God, he almost broke his neck. Be great at Booker T. I would hire Mauro Ranallo, too, but Mauro Ranallo is scared of his own shadow. You know, Mauro Ranallo can't even make it to wrestling shows because of his, you know, his debilitating, you know, emotional issues and things like that, and his, you know, he's very sick with stuff. So I feel really bad. Otherwise, I would hire Mauro Ranallo because Mauro is probably the best you could get anywhere. but I would hire myself selfishly. I want to be the guy. I want to be the fucking voice of Raw. That's what I want to do. I'll say it every day until I'm dead. I'll just tell you guys this right now. I will go to my grave having failed because I've always wanted to be the voice of Monday Night Raw. I wanted to be the guy that took over for Jim Ross. I want to be the guy that took over for Michael Cole. I wanted to be that. That is my number one thing in my head since the year 2001. I was like, I'm going to get into wrestling. I'm going to be a wrestler for a little bit, but then I'm going to become a commentator, and I'm going to become that voice of WWE. That's what I'm going to do. So I will die in my grave having never done what I wanted to do. And that seems like a fact at this point. Based on all the opportunities, based on all the looks, based on all the things, people have my commentary. Tommy Dreamer has DM'd me. So many wrestlers have reached out to me and said, I don't know why you're not calling for a company somewhere. And someone's like, oh, well, you say crazy things. Yeah, okay, well, this is a character, number one. Number two, Excalibur has said the N-word and called people crazy things. Like, he's commentating for AEW. That does not matter. If you like somebody, if you love them, and you know their background of what they've done, you will get them in that position no matter what exists. So I don't care. I'm fine with that. I understand. I will die having never done the thing that I love. That's fine.
That's the only type of chocolate donut they had.
Really? Okay. Ooh, yeah, you got a sandwich too. Man, you look... I want to eat your body. Hey. I love you. You look beautiful. I like potatoes. I love you. Check on the kids. I think they're okay, but they asked me about her mic wasn't working or something. I think I told her it was on mute, and I think that's what it was. It was on mute. Okay. Yeah, that could be true, Osris. It could be all my criticizing of WWE. That's true. But you know what, man? I had no job and I had no anything. You know, when I did have a job, I wasn't making enough money, and so this show, calling out things on this show right here, made my family. You know, I was able to take care of my family with this, so I had to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, sure. But I mean, my real name isn't Joe. It's a character. It's a bit of a shock jock, Howard Stern type of character. You know what I mean? When I become an announcer somewhere, I'm not going to go by this name. I'm going to go by my real name. You know? So you would think people, whatever. But it's okay, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I never make it anywhere as an entertainer, as a manager, as a commentator, as a play-by-play guy, as a heel, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, man. I will go to my grave pretty much having died, not doing the thing that I would have been the best at. But maybe this is what I'm the best at. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm not the best at doing commentary. You know, I mean, you can watch my commentary on Twitter. You can search it on YouTube, heel commentary, regular commentary, whatever. I've gotten better over the years. I will go to my grave dead, having not done the it's a tragedy in my head, but I've made peace with that. I understand that. You know, that's fine. You know, it is what it is, man. I'm never going to do the thing that I think I'm the best at. I'm horrible at everything else in life. I'm not good at almost anything. I'm pretty good at being a dad, but I'm pretty terrible at everything else. You know? So that's pretty much the only thing I'm good at is speaking, communicating, getting people to whatever. Whatever. It's not going to happen. Some people can get over that. Some people can't. I mean, it just is a fact. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get out of I'm just telling you because people in the chat, sometimes they go, oh, haha, Joe, you'll never be there. You know, that's okay. I already know that. I will never do the thing that I'm the best at. That's fine.
You raised a piece of shit.
Good morning, joints work time, woo.
Woo! By the way, my best isn't good enough, apparently, because if I was the best at it, I'd be there. So it may be my best, but it ain't the best, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Randy Viper, thank you for the $2, man. And look at that duck squirting out the mouth. Look at that. The water's flowing, man. But they got Pat McAfee, and I love him. He reminds me of what I would do. Love Pat McAfee. So
smoke weed every day.
Oh, smoke up.
DA Almighty We God is here. Shout out to my Nichols and DA chat and my Nickel Joe. Much love, man. 420 Blaze IT.
Yo, man, blaze it up, man. Blaze it up for Booker T, man. The five time. Tell me, you didn't just say that. You didn't just say that. Man, let me tell you something.
Nikki J,
The Weed God.
thank you, sir, for getting 420 with all of us here today. Really appreciate it, man. Love you. Love you long time. Joseph Freisinger, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Welcome to the show. Hit that like button because we need 200 likes or baby
Do a
dolphins
little basketball
are going to die.
dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Plan this spot all morning, jam it in. Bunghole City baby. Showing some love and dropping a juicy squelch squirter.
D Squelch, what's going on, man? Thank you for the $2. It's one of my favorite donations I think I ever did. I've had some really bad ones, but I think we plan the spot all day. I'm going to stick it in your bum hole. I think that's
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Hey, Robbie.
I don't think we'll see a full shift back to the Attitude DRE, but I think we'll get some aspects of that time again. More grunginess, long-term storytelling, better entrances, more impactful stars, more emphasis on character development.
Yeah. I mean, dude, just think about this. Let's think about some of the things that Triple H did great in NXT. Triple H brought in great commentators. Triple H brought in great commentators in NXT. Triple H came up with good characters in NXT. Triple H came up with great wrestling in NXT. Triple H came up with great entrance music in NXT. And Triple H really cared about the talent. Triple H cared. My door's open. I'll give you a hug. You need time off, you take it, and you come back and be stronger than ever. That's Triple H's thing. I love Triple H. God damn it, do I love him! Oh! But anyway, there were a few things that were done wrong, and those few things are this. They failed to make a megastar that transcended the brand and transcended the business. That's one thing that NXT didn't do. It's one thing that WWE hasn't been able to do. It's one thing that AEW really hasn't been able to do. It's one thing that NXT hadn't been able to do. That is the one thing that Triple H didn't accomplish, just like anybody else hasn't been able to accomplish, and that's create somebody who can transcend the business and cross over into other worlds. Not grabbing people from other worlds and crossing them over into yours to drag some of their audience. Yes, that works somewhat, and in the social media era could be a booming moment at times for certain things, but not always. And so therefore, it's tried and true. It's up to you to create the must-see wrestlers, content, and program that the whole world is talking about suddenly. When my stepfather, or not stepfather, but when my mother's boyfriend used to call me the F word as a kid, after my father died, I used to watch wrestling with my dad. By the way, my dad was a computer fucking engineer who worked for the goddamn Raytheon, the government, and other places, and we had fucking money. My goddamn father was a smart engineer who died. And then my mother's boyfriend was a dumb, drunken piece of shit. And that guy made fun of me for watching wrestling. And I'd watch wrestling and Star Trek with my father as a kid. And I loved wrestling and I loved Star Trek. And there was nothing, homosexual about me watching wrestling or whatever, and why would there be a problem with that anyway? But this was coming from a failure, a drunken failure idiot. But once Stone Cold Steve Austin started coming out and beating people and bringing guns around and saying, Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass because Stone Cold said so, you sorry son of a bitch. when Stone Cold Steve Austin started doing that, suddenly my mother's boyfriend, a drunken scumbag, started being like, ha ha ha, I like this shit. What the fuck is going on? And Stone Cold Steve Austin started kicking McMahon's ass week to week, just like he did to want it to his boss. He suddenly connected with it, and he suddenly wanted to buy the tickets, the t-shirts, and he was watching Raw with me after he called me the F word because Stone Cold said so. Suddenly, it was cool. And the kids at school didn't want to beat me up for liking Shawn Michaels. They wanted to watch every single Monday night. And all the kids in my middle school were going around saying, suck it, to the teachers, when a couple of months before, they were making fun of me. You watch wrestling? You watch Shawn Michaels? Yeah, now they're all going around Wolfpack and suck it. Everybody everywhere is watching this shit. The mainstream media, these motherfuckers would be on The View licking those girls down below. Let me tell you something. You transcend the world. You transcend your world of world wrestling entertainment. And you transcend everybody. The people on TikTok are TikToking up the asshole about your shit because it's so good. You create a superstar that's so big that it's undeniable. You will watch every Monday night. You will watch Friday night. And then you'll be so thirsty for wrestling and the product and what you're seeing that you'll tune into a little pipsqueak show on Wednesday called AEW Dynamite because you want more of it. You're hooked and you love it. And that's what you need. You need somebody who's going to hook you on their TV to make you love it. I'm not going to miss a show because I don't know what the hell that guy's going to do next week. You don't have that right now, and that's what you need. So all you little tick-tocking fairy fucks out there who are sucking on Logan Paul's latest shoes that were made somewhere by slave children, you are going to tune in. If I was there, you'd tune in. Let me tell you that. But that's what you need. You need someone that transcends the freaking business. I love Logan Paul. I love Jake Paul's influence. I love these guys' ability to influence. But it's not as big as you think because there's a stigma. You can't just march them out there and say, look who's here. It's Logan Paul. It's Dr. Disrespect. He's here. It's not working as well as we thought. You need to create somebody that is that somebody that people want to watch badly in your company that transcends the business. Let's do that. Let's do that and win. That's what WWE needs to do. That's what AEW needs to do. That's what everybody needs to do, and they haven't been able to do it yet. And in years. Not since arguably Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And before that, the last big one was John Cena. Who's going to transcend the business? And you see, when John Cena became a big thing, there was a difference because people were still watching off and on, right? People were still off and on watching. From the Attitude Era, from the Ruthless Aggression beginning, people were still watching off and on. So when the ratings spiked for John Cena, it was people who had left recently coming back, and it was a new crowd of kids who loved it. And he took off with the kids. So you hit on all cylinders. And John Cena became a worldwide known name. Who's the worldwide known name after that? Probably CM Punk, to be honest with yourself. Maybe Daniel Bryan was a little bit. I'd say the Yes Movement started a little bit up, but it was at a lower level. I love Daniel Bryan. But it was Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and you treated them like... They treated them well to an extent, but they also treated them like shit. They were your next guys to do this, and they were neutered somewhat. And guess what? You never recovered after that. You never, ever recovered after that. And maybe they did think they were better than they were. Right? Maybe they had it on. Maybe they had a big head, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan a bit. And you look at him, you go, you're not Cena, you're not The Rock, you're not Triple H, come on. But you know what? They were something. There was something going on there, and you neutered them, and then it went, phew! And CM Punk never recovered, and the fans never came back. Same thing with Daniel Bryan. Because Daniel Bryan and CM Punk went to AEW, and guess what? It garnered, 50 people? 50,000 people? Not even, maybe 100,000 people if you're trying to be courteous. You need to find the next Rock. You need to find the next Austin, and you're not going to do that with written bullet points by a pencil neck geek in the back who writes for a Hollywood show, Dawson's Crack Asshole 3. You're not going to fucking find it from these people.
Shit bum.
Trust me.
I gotta be the all-time shit bum leader.
You know what, Sasha's Mouthblood? You might be. And Sasha's Mouthblood, how happy will you be when Sasha Banks come back to the WWE? My Boston homegirl, Mercedes, comes back to the WWE and is the Sasha Banks of NXT, the only woman that made me buy a t-shirt for her. The only female merchandise in wrestling I ever bought in my life, Sasha Banks. And that is huge.
Shit bum.
I have a heel as champ and then he destroy the belt.
Red Comment Man, thanks for the $2. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's up with that, Red Comment Man. I don't know. And I don't know what's up with Roman, too, by the way. Listen, bro, you don't want to be in the WWE? Get the fuck out. AJ Styles doesn't want a championship belt, so they took it off him because AJ Styles doesn't want to win. AJ Styles wants to go play video games. Hey, man, it's me, AJ Styles. Hey, man, hey, check out my Twitch account, man. Me and my son are going to be on Twitch. Anyway, Vince, I want the title. Take the belt off me, man, because I want a light schedule, man. I want to relax. I don't want to be the champion. I don't want to be the world leader. He doesn't want to lead. Stop saying AJ Styles. He doesn't want it. And Roman Reigns doesn't want it anymore either, it feels like. I don't know if that's true. But Roman Reigns is acting like Hulk Hogan 1991. The difference is Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan could pack an arena. Reigns cannot. Hulk Hogan had 3 million to 4 million people watching him at a point. And more in WCW times. Roman Reigns does not. But Roman Reigns is your guy, number one guy. And now Roman Reigns wants to go do movies or, is like, okay, this is pandered out. Like, let me, I should be bigger than this. Well, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You can't let Roman Reigns decide to leave and then do this over in AEW. What if Roman Reigns shows up as a heel and he's the next Hogan? That'll just make things good for AEW. So you got to keep him. You got to keep him happy. I love Roman as a heel. I love him. You can't lose this guy to Hollywood. You can't lose another guy to Hollywood. This guy. He's got to be important in your company. Oh man, it's so things are going wrong. They don't have anybody. AJ Styles doesn't want it. Roman Reigns apparently, seemingly, is over it. I can sense that. Brock Lesnar does everything for a paycheck, and he's exciting. But he doesn't feel 100% right either. Nobody does. Nobody wants to see Goldberg. This company's in trouble right now based on the talent. There's a major problem. And I'm it's going to be hard, bro, because you're essentially kind of starting from scratch. You don't have Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles when AJ Styles was hungry for WWE. You don't have Chris Jericho. You don't have any of these things. You need, and Chris Jericho is starting to get older and you're starting to see it. You need Chris Jericho. You need Chris Jericho and the Judas Effect and to lead a faction or something in the WWE. You need a whole lot of things. You need to create new talent. You need to put on the type of NXT shows that we saw in 2014 to 2019 on the main roster to appease that million people. But then you need to create content that's going to keep hooking in the casuals. That's 2 million people. And now you need to create content that's going to create new viewers and people flocking to your shit, or people from back in the day tuning back in because it's so good. which could produce 3 million people, and you start there. And if you can produce 2.5 to 3 million people every week, then you can start hoping that somebody catches on and rumor spreads and the trend spreads and you build new superstars and you get back up to 3 or 4 or 5 million viewers. That would be the goal, in my opinion. And a huge one and a very tough task in this wrestling world's climate.
You raised a piece of shit!
Heard Tully Blanchard is gone from EW. Could he come to WWE?
Yeah, but what's the, it's, who cares? Does Tully Blanchard should have a Legends contract with somebody? Probably yes, of course. What can he add? I don't know. But yeah, I heard he was gone from AEW.
Shit bum!
Play the Ryback skit.
Beyond We on the Night. Which one? I don't know. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Try to tell me which one you're talking about. I'll try to play one in a few minutes for you, though. But I mean, there's actually a lot. You may not. I don't know if you know that, but there's quite a few. But I will try to play it for you.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Oh.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head.
It's me, Ryback, yeah. Fuck Vince McMahon,
I'll be honest.
I hope he dies. I'm Ryback, I'm a scumbag, yeah. Finish it.
Quiet Joe, you're a bully. At
Yeah.
least I was hired in WWE. Nobody wants you because you suck. WWE chose Vic Joseph over you because he doesn't say crap about the company. Nobody wants a ginger bit commentating. You suck at it too. Stop trolling.
I'm not a ginger. I got to correct you on something, Ryback.
Finish it. Buy my products because I'm a cocksucker.
Let me tell you something, Ryback. You are a bald bitch. But here's the thing. I'm not a ginger. I'm a dirty blonde, dark brown, dirty blondish hair. I'm not a ginger. May look like it on camera here. Legally, I'm not. Technically, I'm not. That's why I was shocked when my kids came out with red hair. I didn't know I had the redheaded gene. So let's not tell lies, Ryback, okay? Let's not tell lies. Why don't you go wish death on somebody, Ryback? You scumbag. Sick person you are. Oh, shit. Whoa! Allison Tuklov!
I'm gonna kill John Cena.
Rollins!
God bless you! God bless Mother Nature! God bless you, Mother Nature! 'Cause it's raining men and wet and
Vince McMahon retired because of his personal issues. Good morning. When his personal issues go by, he'll come back to work, but when he does come back, the people that investigate it, they will do random checks. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
Wow, so you think he's going to return, man? Allison, thank you so much. This was a bomb for this type of stream. Holy crap. I know you said you typed some things a little bit wrong, so let me take a look. I've done this too. I've donated to people before, and I fucked it all up. Yeah, because of his personal issues that are going on, so they'll wait till everything clears, and then he'll come back. I think it's possible that he could potentially return as like a creative something. But honestly, I don't think he's coming back. I think he might come back as a character. I think it's possible Triple H brings him out, or that Vince McMahon comes out on TV once in a while and does something and does things. I really do think that that's possible, but I really seems like he's not going to come back fully, ever. But he is a majority shareholder of the company still. So that's possible too. Allison, thank you so much for almost $50. We'll just call it 50.
Super chat.
That's a super chat bomb from Allison. Thank you, Allison. Wow. What do you think about that, Ric Flair?
Wings!
Wings!
There's 9,000 people that are going to stand up and say, fuck Ric Flair.
Multiple updates on CM Punk's foot injury. We'll get to that in a minute. Cody Rhodes is going to talk about an in-ring return for Royal Rumble. Been a lot of speculation about that, obviously. Wondering about is Madison Square Garden sold out for WWE? I doubt it, but it's going to be a big show. It's going to be close, maybe. Joey Janela reacts to reports of communication gap in AEW. I mean, I think we all know there's some kind of communication thing there. I mean, there is everywhere. You can't be everywhere at once, but there, whatever. Triple H taking over as head of WWE Creative. Paul Levesque, Triple H, our savior, is here. It's all changed behind the scenes at WWE, according to Wrestling Inc.'s article. Paul Levesque, Triple H, will be assuming all responsibilities related to WWE's creative. It has now been reported by Fightful Select that there was general excitement about the news amongst talent, many of whom worked closely with Levesque during his tenure in NXT between 2012 and 2021. It is also said that the USA Network, the broadcast WWE Raw and NXT, has reacted positively to the news, calling it an exciting exchange. Well, the show's been dead for 5 years, so I would say so. John Laurinaitis is gone. He'll probably never, ever come back. Kevin Dunn could be on his way out of there. Bruce Pritchard will stay on, like I said, as some kind of background figure in some way, but he won't be the head of creative, which is exactly what we hoped for yesterday. My best scenario was that Bruce Pritchard would stay in some way, because in an emergency, Bruce Pritchard knows how to run a show, time a wrestling show. So Bruce Pritchard has the ability to be a head creative guy. He has the ability to run the show and other abilities as well. So I think Bruce Pritchard is a valuable person to have on the bottom of the totem pole up there, because if, God forbid, something happens to Triple H, you know what I'm saying? People like Bruce Pritchard know how to run the show in an emergency. And that's why I think Bruce Pritchard is valuable. And Bruce Pritchard has a really good idea. Every 5 ideas Bruce Pritchard has, he usually has one that's pretty good. You know what I mean? It's the other 4 that you have to suffer through sometimes. So I like that. That's what I wanted. I didn't want him to be head of creative at all. But I do think he's got a good spot over there, hopefully, that there should be a good spot for him. As long as he leaves his gun at home or whatever. But tonight is Monday Night Raw. Man, what is going to happen tonight? This is going to be big tonight. I think, or maybe it won't be. I mean, you could be let down, some of you guys out there. We could be let down.
Shit bum.
When Sasha comes back, hell, I'm gonna destroy my cock. It's gonna get cut in half from 3 inches to 1.5 inches. And then I'm gonna go fuck a pillow.
Oh my God. Sasha's mouth blood. What the hell? That's some weird crap right there. That's some weird shit to say, let me tell you that. Sasha's mouth blood. Hey, thank you so much for donating $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. I've been a fan of WWE since 1987 or 1988, whatever. I first saw WrestleMania 5 in the video store. I bought it, and then I got to see WrestleMania 6 live. Or it was WrestleMania 7 live. I don't remember which one now, actually, now that I think about it. WrestleMania 8.
A piece of shit.
I love Mania 8.
Sorry, I messed up in my message.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, it's okay, Allison. Jesus, you didn't have to donate again to say that. Oh, man. Allison dropping the big 60 today on the show. Thank you, Allison. Are you ready for wings?
Wings!
Wings, baby. Thank you, Allison. And thank you to Alicia, who just subscribed. Thank you, Alicia, for subscribing. 71,220 subscribers and counting. We've been live after every single WWE Raw since 2012, coming up on 10 years of this channel. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years of this. I would try to get Bray Wyatt back, 100%. That's another big character that can help you. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to bring him back some way. Unless there's some kind of issue with him behind the scenes that he's super difficult, that we don't know about, I would want to bring him back.
Let's just have
Wings!
Let's just have wings.
Let's just have
Wings!
And Friday nights on Monetize This, man. Someone is going to get a shot at the Monetize This championship. This championship on Friday nights has been defended on my show for a long time. And coming up soon, one of these Friday nights, soon, this title will be on the line, but it will be the brand new title, courtesy of SITH NEGAN, that somebody wins. Somebody will win the brand new championship with real gold. So hopefully nobody steals it and sells it for gold or something. Because this is huge. Friday nights. Monetize This after SmackDown. This is the old one. Currently, I'm going to put it over my shoulder because it's how I created it. This title saved my show back in the year 2017 or so. On episode 100 of Monetize This. We had like 10,000 views on that episode of a show that we created here. And this belt was won by somebody for the first time ever. It's a lot of history. We'll see what happens soon. I appreciate the shout out, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Allison. Sasha's, I don't think she's on there, Dynamic or Dynamite Deke. I don't think she's on there, man, to be honest. Mets champion, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, bro. Danny, how you doing, bro? Killer Demons, what's going on, man? Let me check the chat for any questions. Thank you guys who are members in the chat. Appreciate everybody who drops the membership in there. It's awesome. Dave Rose wants to win the old one. Jesse might want to win the old one. What about that? What if he wins? Tonight's Monday Night Raw review will be a big thing, too. I have new stuff coming tonight. So remember, when Raw ends tonight, you got to be here on the Joe Cronin Show for the Monday Night Raw review. It will be interesting to react to tonight. Big show. I think I'm going to put it on the theater. I think I'm going to put the surround sound on and I'm going to turn on the projector. And I think I'm going to watch Raw tonight on the very big screen, and I'm going to treat it like a big event. Even if the show ends up being a turd, I'm going to treat it like a big show tonight, and I'm going to watch it on the theater. Yo, Grid, thank you for being a member. A. O'Donnell, as always, as well. Mets champion, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Great to have you here. Yeah, we might have to unify these titles, Thomas. We might have to unify them. Jesse wins, then disappears for 6 months, says Marvelous. You might be right. And then suddenly has a big supply of crack. GSTS. Vince is gone. What should we do now? Oh, I know. Let's bring back people who were once employed by the company. I agree, man. Well, let me run it back for a second. And we can listen to some of that again real quick, and I'll be back with another take in just a moment.
Little basketball dance off.
Let's hear what he said.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshipers.
Separate Ways by Journey, by the way.
I'll be honest,
one of the best songs ever.
Bite out of your face.
Malili Malabagnabata. Kama Yes, Triple H. Triple H hired Joe Cronin as commentator and General Sunrose.
Asian racist.
Triple H is head of creative when Raw is at Message tonight.
Right. And that's a huge thing because we really thought that Vince McMahon would be there. You know, they could have waited until tonight for Vince. And apparently what's happened is allegedly what happened is Vince McMahon wanted to leave tonight at Madison Square Garden. He wanted to leave at SummerSlam and then say goodbye after SummerSlam. Then he wanted to compromise and leave tonight at Madison Square Garden. But now it looks like what's happened is the group, the board, Stephanie, Nick Khan, other people said to Vince, no, Vince, we really got to do this now. It would really be better to put Triple H over in this situation right before SummerSlam. They wanted Triple H to take over in Madison Square Garden. This is crazy. The day that we all wondered would it happen has happened. Now, CM Punk told us that Triple H was just an idiot. That his idiot son-in-law would take over and whatever else. So there are a lot of people that love CM Punk to death, and then they also think Triple H is great. So that's kind of funny. I love Triple H myself because we saw the proof. We saw what Triple H did in NXT, man. You got to get CFO and the music guys back. You got to get them back, man. That's a once-in-a-lifetime group that's producing great music for wrestlers. Please get them back. That's the last thing. Kevin Dunn looks to be on his way out. He could be in trouble for insider trading, by the way. So Kevin Dunn could be in trouble, insider trading, and all kinds of other things. You get Dunn out of there. By the way, I am not disrespecting these people like other people are. I think that's bullshit. These people shot the Attitude Era. They shot the early 90s. They shot the mid-90s. They shot the 80s. I would not be here right now. None of us would be without these people. So to throw crap on their names and stuff like that, I don't give a damn. Aside from, molesting and torturing children, I have no, obviously that would be different. Killing people maybe and molesting them and, torturing people. Like, I don't know. We don't have any of those rumors yet, other than the Pat Patterson stuff from back in the day, which is questionable. These people gave us the memories that we're all here with. You know what I mean? I first saw WrestleMania 5, and I was addicted. Without Hulk Hogan, without Macho Man, without Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Vince McMahon, really. I've often said this. People said, Joe, who do you wish you could interview? Who do you wish you could talk to the most out of anybody? And my answer is always Vince McMahon. When I was a kid, when I was a young kid in the 1990, I'm talking about 1991 and 1990. When I was a kid, I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to be a commentator, or I wanted to be a journalist. I didn't know which one I wanted to be, but it was something like that. I was always making up shows where I was reporting or talking about things or doing commentary. And the commentator, it wasn't necessarily a local Red Sox or Boston Bruins or, sports announcer. It was Vince McMahon. The Triple H, I think, did really well, man. He had a plan for everybody. And now he had a smaller group of people, so he could take his time to do that. It wasn't as big. AEW is harder to balance. But now it's going to be, WWE is going to be a lot harder to balance because Triple H already taking over as head of creative. Let's go to your donations, man. If you guys want to support the show, I'm rushing home in the middle of my day, so I appreciate you guys donating, making it worth it for me to spend my lunch break basically doing more work or having, I'm having fun, but I mean, you know what I mean? Wrestling promotion around, in my opinion. Now, again, devil's advocate, WWE had more views. They were the bigger company no matter what. But as far as I go, as far as you guys go, and as the wrestling community, that knows what's up, we all believed NXT was the best produced wrestling show going for the periods of 2014 or so to 2019. It was the best wrestling show in the world as far as we're concerned, right? Make no mistake about that. But then Tony Khan launched AEW, and they essentially put NXT out of business. I think WWE worked against itself, too, to put NXT out of business. I think they panicked. They did too many things like, hey, let's put it on TV. Let's overexpose it. And honestly, I think overexposing it was the big problem, and that was created by AEW. So going back to my point from earlier there, I think that's what it is. And but again, if there was no AEW, they wouldn't have done that. They would have just stuck the course, and they would have had all these wrestlers still to grab because they wouldn't have been going to AEW and going other places. The Young Bucks would have at some point probably arrived in NXT. All those type of people would have come to NXT, but that pool was soaked up by AEW and Tony Khan, and I think Triple H had been doing well, and then they threw a wrench in the whatever the fuck. I can't speak. They threw a wrench into it on him and it screwed it up. Who knows what would happen if Triple H was in sole control of everything, and that was it. Would have been maybe different.
Shit bum.
JS978. Thank you for dropping a $2 super chat, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for helping me out. Cora Jade, something, Barryhead. What up, Barryhead? Mauro Ranallo back, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think Mauro's got emotional problems, but if Mauro Ranallo could get over his problems, I love Mauro Ranallo. So he will make any company awesome. Joe, you think there'll be a small chance that we get a tiny bit of a change tonight for Raw, says the big
bum.
FP? Hopefully a little bit.
Any thoughts about Ric Flair's last match?
Yeah, we kind of talked it to death last week, to be honest. But JS978, thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum.
There's 9,000 people that are going to stand up and say, fuck, Ric Flair.
I think that Ric Flair will... I think Ric Flair may potentially start the match and then, tag out quickly, and then it will be a lot of... it'll be a hot tag, I think. I think he'll get some time to wrestle more than you think. And I do think, then they'll lead up to the big hot tag for Ric Flair. So, actually, I don't think Ric Flair will start the match. Ric Flair will get tagged in at first to a huge ovation, and he'll eventually get out of there, and then he'll spend a lot of time on the apron as they cut the ring in half at some point, and then he'll get the big hot tag at the end and potentially win the match. He may actually put either Jeff Jarrett, probably Jeff Jarrett. I don't know. He's going to beat somebody, though, it looks like. So Ric Flair is going to win this tag team match and go out a winner. Because Jay Lethal doesn't need to be put over, he doesn't feel. Jeff Jarrett doesn't need to be put over. It's not one of those situations where, Ric Flair does the right thing, does the job on his way out. It's not one of those things. It's an exhibition of a last match with guys who are already proven. Therefore, I could see Triple H winning in this sort of gloryful celebration. And that's what I think. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch SummerSlam, obviously. We'll be live after SummerSlam. SummerSlam is the celebration of the Joe Cronin Show, by the way. So we've had 10 years of my show here. And it all started with SummerSlam 2013. So this will not be our 10th SummerSlam. This will be our 9th, I believe. But SummerSlam is the first time that I had a lot of people watching me live. And it means a lot to me. SummerSlam is... That first SummerSlam I went live, we had 500 viewers and so many calls, thousands of subscribers that night. Back in 2013, it made my channel what it is today. So I love SummerSlam, and that was the SummerSlam where Triple H turned on Daniel Bryan, and Randy Orton cashed in on Daniel Bryan. John Cena sold the Basaiku knee kick to the head, amazingly, for Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan was screwed over. It was awesome. It was the beginning of a to WrestleMania story of the Machine against Daniel Bryan, and it was a phenomenal story. That was really good. And that was the best thing of that year, and probably the best thing of the best thing that's happened ever in the last 10 years. Maybe. And in 2013, 14, and 15, and 16, I did this as a part-time job. And in 2017, this became my full-time job. And in 2020, this became my part-time job again. So what goes up comes down and goes up. But we've been here for all this time. It's great to be here with everybody. Thank you, JS9078.
Shit bum.
I'm coming for that title, bitch.
Oh, DWELSH is coming for the title. Uh-oh. DWELSH, you dirty dog. Hey, if you guys can do me a big favor, man, it's up to you, but if you want, if you can, click the like button on the way out. And go watch more of my videos, because if you watch more of my videos right now, after watching this video, you will actually get recommended my stuff better and more often. So whenever you guys are always saying, like, I don't get your alerts that you're live, the algorithm plays into that now, right? So the algorithm plays into that now. So go watch more of my content. That way, you get more alerts that I'm live. Let me try to find a video. Here's a video about why Scarlett Boudreaux and Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, were separated in WWE. I think I have the scoop on that. There's a link to that video right there in the chat. So go ahead and click that and keep watching my channel. Or become a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe if you're new. It helps me out, helps you out. And if you're a patron, you'll get alerts that I'm live every single time. I send out a Patreon alert every time I'm live. So not only will you get the YouTube one, and if you don't, you got the backup of an email coming to you that I'm live or that a video's out. So never miss any of my videos, nothing, when you're a patron. But obviously ringing the bell helps as well. Here's my vitamin water. We are coming up to 250 likes, if you can hit it.
Wings!
Thank you, guys. I'll see you tonight for the Monday Night Raw review. I will be live as soon as Raw ends right here. I'll see you tonight. Hell yeah, Triple H is head of WWE Creative!
There's 9,000 people that are going to stand up and say, fuck Ric Flair.
Wednesday nights, it's the AEW review. Thursday night, it's Out of Nowhere, the wrestling podcast. Friday night, it's Monetize This. Saturday night, it's Beat the Clock. And Tuesday and Sundays are open days. You never know what's going to happen on my channel on Tuesdays and Sundays.
Yeah, I didn't like his outfit, and I wasn't a big fan of his promo either, the Mr. Gentleman promo.
Right.
Allow me to introduce myself. Are you going to fuck the guy?
Oh, DWELSH, you coming for the belt, DWELSH? Come and get this belt, DWELSH.
You fucking mark!
You raised a piece of shit. You raised a piece of shit.
You fucking mark!
Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN. Tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.